Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we are talking about a bourbon released from the University of Kentucky. And this one is not like anything else on the market today. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Kuhl, Jeff Andresi, and Matt Modica.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everyone.
This is kind of getting to be a little bit of a thing. You see that schools, SEMO here recently, Mizzou, they have bourbons out. This isn't like that, though. This is different. We're going to talk about that. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Matt said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah. So I'm traveling this weekend. I'm in Kansas City, and I'm curious, when you go to another city or state just for business travel or some other kind of just temporary travel, no vacations, right? So don't think about vacations here because you're usually going on a vacation to go do something specific, that kind of thing. But when you're just kind of passing through town or you're just hanging out, what do? Right? Do you hunker down? You try to do touristy things?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, we'll go to
I
Kathy
sit at the
first.
hotel bar and drink.
Really?
Yeah. Surprise.
Okay. All right.
Good
fair
answer.
enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I do that after I go out for dinner, and I try to find. So Kansas City is a perfect example because the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
So I will hit, and I try to do a little research before I go, so I can try to find something that I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I'm going to go find something, and I'm not going to go to a chain. I'm going to go find something that's there, and I do that just about everywhere I travel to.
Yeah. What about you, Justine? Business travel?
I don't do a lot of business travel, but if I do go somewhere, I usually try to find like a mom and pop place or like a distillery or brewery or something to go see. I did a few years ago get rerouted and stranded in Omaha for the evening. And
It's exciting.
I did, once I got my hotel, got an Uber and went to, I believe it was called Brickway Brewery. And hung out there and ate and drank and then caught another Uber back to my hotel and passed out.
There you go. It's a good time. I used to be a road warrior, so I was a sales guy and would spend between 125 to 155 nights out a year. So a lot of time, and I was all over the country. I started out, when we started, the company was bigger, and then they started struggling and letting people go and stuff. And so initially I was like the 7 most southeastern states, and then by the end of my corporate life, I had the whole country. So I was go everywhere, and I would always try to experience the local stuff. There's some things, some touristy things we can do. in the evening, what's a place that's iconic I can go to eat. I would try to just do local things, and because I like to travel, I like U.S. domestic travel, and that was kind of the ultimate for me because people are paying for it. So yeah, I get rental car that's paid for. I get they're paying for the meals, and and if you're a smart salesperson, you can figure out how to get them to pay for the touristy stuff. Not that I ever did that, but people could. People could figure out how to do an expense report right. I never would do anything like that.
Steve never did that.
No, I never did that. Yeah.
That's
My
air
boss-
quotes for the listeners.
My boss many years ago said, "Is Hooters the only place you eat when you're on the road?"
Local. You're looking for local eateries, and
Yeah.
that's what you're getting.
He started me on my path to doing something different.
Yeah, because you got called out.
You got called
So
out?
that is a fun thing to do, though, when you're in a town on business and it's just you. If you go to those local places and they have a bar and you sit at the bar and you start talking to other people, those are some of the best conversations you're going to have.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So there you go, Matt. You asked the question. What do you like to do when you're out on business trip?
It's changed over time, and I think it's based on the job I have at the time. So, my first job, I had the opportunity to go overseas, actually, to the UK and then up into Canada a little bit. And so when I did those, obviously, I took as much time as I could to go do some sightseeing and do all the touristy stuff. But the next job I had, I was constantly back and forth to Atlanta. I mean, it was like every couple weeks I was there for a week, and I was just meeting with so many people. I was just peopled out. It was too people-y, right? And so I would just go back to the hotel and just chill.
Yeah.
It was just one of those kinds of things. So, but now I'm back to enjoying things, especially like Kansas City area. You're right, Jeff. Your barbecue's great. There's a lot of really cool places. There's this popcorn place called Topsy's Popcorn that's just here in KC, and they make, I don't like popcorn normally, but they make the most.
They convert you. You don't like popcorn. You like Topsy's popcorn.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So it's just
Is that the stuff you brought to the speakeasy?
It is. Yes.
I took that home and ate it, by the way. I didn't leave it at the shop.
That's awesome.
But, it was too delicious.
It's like crack, right?
You left it there. That's on you. And I just grabbed it. I was like, I'm taking that home and snacking on that.
Well, I left it there because we have a huge tin of it back at home.
Oh yeah. Well, I took it.
So I'm going to jump in again. So Steve, the first time I ever got to go to St. Louis for work, I look out my hotel window and there's the Arch.
Okay.
I'd never been there. I didn't know what that thing was made of. I get it's freaking stainless steel or whatever, and then you can go to the top.
Yeah.
What the heck? So I get in the little cab car thing and ride up, and then you're looking out the little windows, and I see people going into the old Busch Stadium. There was a game that night. So what the heck? I didn't go to Hooters. I went there and turned in a couple of hot dogs and a beer on my expense account. And
He's the guy that did the touristy stuff.
Oh yeah, he figured out how to get that on the expense report. Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah. You got to do it. Yeah.
So there's a combination when you.
Yeah.
If there's something
I enjoyed
you've never
it.
seen.
Yeah, same thing as it always, because we were going to markets helping salespeople sell, and they would always want to go out with you. I was like, I got something to do, and then I would just go out and do stuff by myself. Because again, introvert, don't want to be by myself. I had enough of meeting with customers, meeting with the salesperson all day. I would always say, I there's something I got going on tonight, and then I would go out and do my own thing, and I'm perfectly happy going and doing things by myself. That was
me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah,
and Matt, to your point, there's something about how quiet a hotel room is if you're on a quiet floor.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's nobody around and you can just
Yeah.
It's almost like one of those
It's a different sleep that you get.
Yes. It's a different sleep.
Yeah, for sure. Not as good as apparently the colonoscopy sleep, but pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Someone gave it a 5 out of 5 on the colonoscopy.
I mean, I'm considering having a colonoscopy just so
she's got me to come around on it. I could use
just
a nice
so I
sleep.
can get the sleep.
I can get the nice sleep. So yes, yeah. So there you go. There you go. What's happening to you while you're sleeping is a nightmare, but it's.
Don't think about it.
You're making me wish that I didn't bring up that topic, Steve.
There you go.
It's all good.
On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Well, let's start with KK this time. Let's see what she's got.
Okay. I am going to open up. This is the Old Monroe maple syrup cask finished.
Oh, nice. We're sold out of that one. That's valuable. We have none of that left at the shop.
Did you save Carrie's bottle? Because if you didn't, I am
I've got.
going to be in trouble.
Hers is safe because it's in a bag on the shelf.
Okay. All right. Good.
You guys going to talk through my cork pop? Is this a theme?
We should probably do
respect.
that.
Yeah. What was going on there? You hit the desk too.
There was a ding against the desk.
There was more desk hit than cork pop. We did hear a cork pop, so you've got the lead. I can't imagine that winning, but we'll see what happens. You just never know what.
Well, there are two people with screw tops, Steve. I could win.
That's true. That's true. Matt, what do you got?
Well, I'm going back to the Kansas City since I'm traveling again. I've got the Gully Town here from Restless Spirits. It's a single malt.
Okay.
6 years.
Okay, that's our leader. That was a
I
little
almost
messy.
talked over it just to be that person.
Just to be, yeah.
But I
It
didn't.
was a little sloshy. I'll go next. I've got Old Monroe. This is the one. This is the straight rye whiskey, the 119.6. I opened this up. I found this at my house. So we had him on some shows we recorded last night, Friday night, as we're recording this. And I told him, hey, I got this. It was loaded with dust because it had been sitting around a long time. I opened it up and drank it. And he was like, man, save me some of that. I gotta try that. So it's been a while. So yeah, but it's a classic. Let's see what we got here. Whew, that's going to be close. I'm going to throw it to Justine as a judge here. Justine, it's me or Matt. Who has the lead here?
I think it's you.
Okay, so Matt, as angry as that may make you, you have to deal with that. You have to live with it because the rule is if we throw it to a judge, that ruling is final. There's no appeal or anything like that.
Hey, Matt, settle down. It's okay.
Yeah, easy, Matt.
Easy, Matt.
It's okay, man.
Jumping around, right?
It's okay.
Yeah.
So upset with my Gully Town here.
So I've got the lead. Jeff, you're next.
So I have, it's new to me. It's a Backbone Bourbon, uncut straight bourbon whiskey, single barrel from Steve.
Okay, cool.
It looks like that.
Good call.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Oh.
We're going to throw it to a rare one. We're going to throw it to the judge again. Me or Jeff there?
I don't know. I think Jeff's was a little bit louder.
What the fuck? Oh, no, never mind. When it goes to the
You
judge,
threw
we have
it to
live
the
with
judge.
Easy, Matt. Easy, Matt.
It just had that like perfect pop. Like
Okay.
that kind
All
of.
right.
He
fair
we
enough.
worked really hard on it, too.
Fair enough.
That was a tight one.
All right.
That's what he said.
Here's what we've got. Jeff, you are the lead, but Justine, who served as judge for the last two because she hadn't gone yet, it's now between you and Justine. Justine, what do you got?
I have a screw top, so Jeff wins.
Wins.
I have a little baby bottle of Bardstown Bourbon Company rye, the
Okay.
Origin series.
Origin Series Rye. That's a good one, by the way. So you'll enjoy
is.
that pour. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about the University of Kentucky releasing a bourbon, and they actually are releasing this. This is from them. So if you don't know what we're talking about, stay tuned, and we'll talk about it after the break. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Katie Proof, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are talking about the bourbon that the University of Kentucky is releasing.
Yes, we are. KK, you're always our person who covers this sort of stuff. What do we know about this? Because this is different. Again, this isn't a licensing agreement, which we've seen many universities doing. I saw the Wildcats of Kansas. They've done lots of them out there have done this. Or the Jayhawks of Kansas. Sorry, we're sorry, but not sorry. I don't like Kansas, so but yeah. I mean, I'm a Mizzou fan, so you'd hate Kansas, right? So
You have to.
But we've seen a lot of these licensing deals, but this isn't a licensing deal. This is actually different. So, Kathy, tell us about this one, and how is it different than some that we might be able to see on our store shelves right now?
Well, I did some extensive research, Steve.
Okay.
First of all, I love the name.
Okay.
Wildcask.
Wildcask, yes. Because they are the Wildcats, and then it's
Right?
the Wildcask, yeah.
It's coming out in April, so
Okay.
get ready.
Yep.
This is a student project. They have the James B. Beam Distilling Institute there. So why they're not releasing bourbons before now, I don't know. Like,
Right.
I feel like this should have been done years and years ago. So the vice president of sales and marketing of Bardstown Bourbon Company is Herb Henneman. He is the industry veteran that is behind this.
Okay.
They are going to make more than $100,000 for student scholarships.
That is cool. So a student project that nets $100K. That's pretty wild.
For students.
Yeah, for students, for their fellow students to do what
Yeah.
they're doing. Yeah.
So here is the mash bill. They've got a 35% of 8-year, 13% rye bourbon that was donated by Freddie No of Jim Beam.
Cool.
They've got 35% of a blend of 5-year, 20% wheated bourbon that was donated by the project leader from Bardstown Bourbon Company, Mr. Herb Henneman.
Okay.
They have 30% of a blend. It's a 4.5-year, 29% wheated bourbon donated by Herb Henneman once again. So that's fun because you don't see a lot of those wheats, and ryes blended together like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's coming in at 100 proof.
Okay.
They are going to bottle 2,500 bottles.
Okay.
And this is my favorite part. $54.99.
They made it accessible where students could buy a bottle.
Completely attainable.
Yeah, students can buy a bottle. Again, the ones of age, of course, can get a bottle of that. It's not crazy. It's not $150. So it's a really nice thing. And what a way to learn, to see how you get products out there. They're going to learn not only blending here, bottling. They're going to learn distribution, probably marketing. It's cool. I mean, it's something I wish they would have had when I was a student. I might be in the bourbon industry at this point because this sounds fun. That doesn't sound. You don't feel like you're going to school when you're doing that class. I wouldn't think you're just having fun. Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this when started looking at the program, and it's really cool. Based on what I could tell, it seems like, I don't know, I couldn't tell the number of students that are actually enrolled in it, but it looks like they get to spend time in various distilleries, right? Helping with different parts of the process and learning different parts of the process and that kind of thing. But it's different in my mind when you're just working for somebody to, no, you're responsible now to take this thing from beginning to
Yes,
end.
right.
And I think that's what makes it a really cool experiment. And
I don't think it's a large group. I think it's like 35 students that are a part of this or something like that. And again, it'll change as they graduate and new ones will come in. But I bet you every 35 of those can get a job in the bourbon industry because of the experience that they've got. They literally are walking in. They've already developed a product. They put a brand on the market. They learn about production. They learn about distribution. They learn about every aspect of making whiskey, and they have contacts in the industry. You're dealing with Freddie No. You're dealing with Herb from Bardstown Bourbon Company, who's in charge of their sales and marketing, by the way. So yeah, you're dealing with people in the industry. That's a key contact, because if someone hires you, you can, if you're having a problem with a product you've got going on, you've got people you can reach out to. You got a network. So it's cool. This is really cool.
The variety of the different segments of the industry that you mentioned it already, Steve, from marketing to bottling because people coming out of a program can go to so many different places. You might love marketing.
Right.
Some of those don't care about that, but there's going to be a part of the industry that they do gravitate toward. And they're going to be able to pursue that. So it's that full experience, that I wish every school program had some kind of immersive program, that's immersive part of the education, so you could see all of it.
Yeah.
As a student, when you're that young, you don't know much.
Right.
I hope they understand. I hope they get it.
Right.
How special this is.
Yeah.
Those are 35 lucky kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and think about that, from a generational perspective, think about all these master distillers and their age, they're going to age out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be bringing people up
right.
and teaching them the practices and teaching them the ways of the trade and how things work and the finesse that goes along with it. I listen to Royce talk on here and I listen to others talk on here. And it's amazing how much real science there is behind this and how just a little bit of a change somewhere can make a drastic difference in the flavor profiles or whatever it might be, right? And so this experience, this kind of experience is incredible.
And let's not forget, it's in the perfect place. It's in Kentucky. You've got all the distilleries there, and I'm sure they could literally. I mean, you think about it as a group. Even if it's a group within a group, there's 5 of them that want to spend their weekend times learning about the business. You send an email to any distillery and be, dear Michters, this is I'm part of the program at the U of K, and we're doing this. Could we come see behind the scenes? Anybody would roll out the red carpet for these kids. I mean, they want to help.
No doubt.
There's no doubt in my mind. You name a distillery, if they ask, they want to see what they've got going on. Anyone would do that. They'd show them behind the scenes how it works, introduce them to their people that do this stuff. Anybody wants to help someone who's on a trajectory to get into the business. That's a young person you want to help, and I think hopefully these students realize how exciting this is for them and take advantage of it. And hopefully they're serious about getting into the business because they've got a great opportunity to do so. They have a path to get there for sure.
So one thing I wasn't able to figure out is where you can buy it.
Oh, it's good. I think it's a Kentucky only release. But it sounds like it's going to be, up to
Everywhere?
the kids to get it on. But again, I would assume if they call a liquor chain like Liquor Barn and say, hey, we've got this is a student project, we'd like to be able to get on the shelves and learn about how, I would guess that most are going to say yes to them, I would think. So hopefully we're going to be able to find it out there.
You hope so.
Yeah.
You hope that they don't all just take every bottle they get and send it to one place.
Right. Yeah.
I hope they spread it out and learn. Maybe you learn more that way, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 2,500 bottles. That's going to go quick.
It is going to go quick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder what its secondary price is going to be.
Oh gosh, that's probably part of the learning too. They'll be watching the secondary and see what's happening with this stuff. So, yeah.
Well, that was, Steve, you mentioned about the state of Kentucky and just the university and kind of what they're doing. again, looking into the program and everything, it's pretty incredible. I didn't realize the amount of impacts that bourbon has into the Commonwealth of Kentucky, right? And some of the numbers from their website: $9 billion economic impact in Kentucky, 12 million barrels aging in Kentucky, right? 2.5 million visitors a year, 358 million in tax revenue, 23,000 jobs. I mean, it's just like it's massive, right? And it's good for the UK for putting this together and trying to help push the industry.
Yeah, Steve, you're right too. Every one of these companies, these bourbon companies, whiskey companies that they call, if they're doing it right, we're always recruiting, because you need to make contacts. You're trying to sell yourself, but you're also trying to learn about these up and coming future employees.
Yes.
So hopefully they're all saying yes. Let's do something. It might not turn out for every company they call, but dang, put that effort in, meet some potential future employees. They might end up being your head distiller. They might be your head of marketing, whatever, someday.
Yeah.
Always be recruiting.
Yeah. It's exciting, and I'm hoping I can get my hands on a bottle of this at some point. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm going to try, but I'll be looking for it out there when I'm in Kentucky. That's for sure. So. Yep, we'll see how it goes. On that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. We'll start with you, Matt. Where can people find you?
You can reach me on LinkedIn and at my website, sabertoothcyber.com.
All right, Jeff.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Indrizi, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
All right, Sabertooth. Tell me about that for a second.
Oh, you caught me almost mid-drink there.
Yeah.
Sabertooth. So, cybersecurity advisory services for small and medium-sized companies. So, my day job is in the cybersecurity industry, and there's a lot of smaller businesses that don't have the opportunity to have a cybersecurity professional actually help them out.
Okay.
And that's kind of that's the focus of the business, is how can we help people raise the bar and make sure that they're keeping whatever they're trying to sell or service secure.
Yeah. When I was traveling a lot for work, I had the corporate job. You reminded me, Sabertooth reminded me of one of the day trips that I did. I was in Los Angeles, and I went to the La Brea Tar Pits. I went to Philippe's restaurant where the French dip was invented. I had a French dip sandwich from Philippe's, which was fantastic. And then I went to the La Brea Tar Pits, and one of the displays there is like the skulls of the saber-toothed tigers that they found there. And the La Brea Tar Pits are amazing because hundreds of saber-toothed tiger in this one that are discovered in the La Brea Tar Pits there. I mean, it's pretty
like they were lemmings, right? They just like jumped in or something.
Yeah. Just crazy.
Well,
crazy.
Let's think about that for a second. When I was a kid, quicksand.
Right. We were worried about quicksand. Yes. It was a matter of time before all of us got caught up.
All of us.
I mean, a random walk in any outdoor region could lead to.
Well, I knew the killer bees were going to be chasing me, and I was going to end up falling into the quicksand. I knew that was going to be my demise because the killer bees were coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They were on the
Hopefully, someone was nearby with a vine that they could throw you, because that was the only way out.
Right.
But these saber-toothed tigers, they don't have thumbs. They can't hold on to a vine.
You could throw them a vine all you want, and they can be like, "I got no thumb. There's nothing I can do with that."
There's no thumb.
That doesn't help me at all. Yeah.
But also, isn't Sabretooth Wolverine's brother in the Marvel?
Third cousin.
Third cousin.
Third cousin.
No, in the
Once removed.
That's probably what Matt. So what's inspired your Sabretooth? Was it the Wolverine's cousin?
I wish I could say it was Wolverine's cousin, because that's a much better story. I was trying to think of names, and there's actually this motor controller for my R2D2 that I have that is called a Sabertooth, and I was looking at it and I was like, that's a pretty cool name.
That's a
And
cool name.
saber-tooth cyber security.
Yeah.
say that 10 times fast.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Sabertooth. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. Your next business should be called Philippe's. And then you've got the Sabertooth and the Philippe's. That would put together my whole day. That was an exciting day for me. Philippe's for lunch, Sabertooth. I got to see the La Brea Tar Pits. Yeah. If you're ever in LA, check out the La Brea Tar Pits. That's LaBreaTarPits.com. ABVBarrelShop.com. It was sponsored by
We
the
will
little
be
Grand Tarpons.
expecting the check.
Yeah, hopefully they send it. Yeah. All right. KK, how about you? Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at KKCastRight. You can also find me looking for a bottle of this Wildcask.
Wildcask. We want the Wildcask. Yeah.
I want it.
Let us know if you find it.
Get two, KK. Get two, please.
Get two. Yeah, let's get several. Yeah. Seems like Jay Tyler, he should be able to get that for us because we got to front him the money though. So yeah, he does it. He only has like 2 bottles in his collection, and he lives right in Kentucky, so it feels like he can scoop those up for us, and then we can get them from him. We're gonna Jay. I know you listen. Now you got an assignment. Get us those bottles. Make yourself useful and get us those bottles immediately.
How does he only have 2 bottles in his collection?
That's his thing. He doesn't. He lives for bourbon, goes to bourbon events, does all this, but only has 2 bottles at a time. So that's what he's allowed. So he's married. So
okay,
yeah,
there it is.
I bet you when he was single, he had more than 2 bottles.
I'm guessing
now,
he's on number 1, and then he's going to keep it that way. So
yeah. He's trying to stay. Yeah.
I admire those people.
I actually think he's on.
I'm on the Jeff Andreezy plan of marriages.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest plan, but it
I
all
don't
works
think.
out.
Yeah, I don't think he's on his first, but now he realizes the importance of holding on to one when you get one, and I think he's trying hard to stay married this time. So, yeah. I think I don't know his full background, but I believe he's told me that in a thing that he's been through the divorce.
Well, the important thing is that he finds bottles.
Immediately get on that and jump on that, and yes, he's the only person. Anytime we talk about Skyline Chili on here, because everybody just rips me and hates Skyline Chili.
Oh God, it's
he's the only one who likes Skyline Chili.
I like Skyline Chili.
There you go.
out.
There's a good person.
I don't know that I've ever had it, but
it's fantastic. It'll change your life. It'll change your life.
If you would like to eat a plate of diarrhea.
No, stop that. Stop that.
No.
America's finest restaurant. Yes.
Chili, it's great. Chili three-way, yeah.
Chili 3-way is the way to go. That's the secret. That's the secret. So if you ever go there, Justine, the Chili 3-way.
I just want you to know I'm not going to talk about colonoscopies right now.
Okay. Right. What did you say there, Justine? I'm sorry. Kathy.
I said chili menage a trois.
Yeah, order the chili menage a trois, and you're all set. There you go. Justine, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
Fair enough. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. That helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.